The Member of Parliament clarified that while the court is not being actively utilized by the administration to pursue its own agenda, he believes that it is happening in a more clandestine manner.
So when the statement is made that the PPP has weaponized the courts, it is not meant to say that the courts have actively engaged in a process to be a weapon of the PPP, but that the instrumentality of the court is being misused and abused and being employed by the PPP for purely political purposes.
Forde, who recently took up the mantle as leader of the opposition acting, explained what he means when he says that the PPP administration is weaponizing the courts.
The contention focuses on the use of the law and the use of the police in relation to the exercise and the manner of enforcement or perceived enforcement of the law.
The senior counsel further alleged that evidence exists of his claims.
When you look at the number of persons who would have been charged over the past year, they range from persons, senior persons at the Elections Commission, to persons who would have, just simply in my opinion, been regular staff at the Commission. None of those persons to date, 1 year on, would have had the benefit of a trial starting.
The attorney at law explained that like the case of the GCOM officials who have been charged without trial to date, it is the exact situation in the case of political opponents, as he highlighted that frivolous charges have been put to a number of opposition party members, the likes of PNCR chairperson Valda Lawrence, Member of Parliament Annette Ferguson, Opposition Chief Whip Christopher Jones, among others, even as they await evidence to be presented before the court implicating them of the charges brought against them, either individually or collectively. Naturally, one may begin to wonder how such actions could affect them, whether directly or indirectly, and so that question was posed to the Honourable Member of Parliament, who addressed the implications of such actions.
That the public at large will continue to lose confidence in the capacity of this PPP government to believe that they will be conducting themselves fairly and equitably, that the Guyanese people will be able to benefit from a fair and just legal system.
Forde posited that such actions could also affect businesses across the country and foreign investors alike, as there would be little to no confidence in the legal system, even by attorneys at law, and that, he posited, could be quite hazardous for not only the judicial arm of government, but also the executive. Forde said that he wouldn't dispel the notion that Guyanese could very well react to such actions by the government, and that it could lead to anarchy, since studies of human behavior and patterns around the world show that there is a distinct possibility of resistance by the people to forms of oppression.
Because the evidence around the world indicates that when persons feel that they're being unduly oppressed, they would react. I don't know that that is going to happen in Guyana, but this is a distinct possibility having regard to the way in which human beings respond to oppression.
Wendell Badrie for the HGP Nightly News.